U.S. Marine Corps helicopters. Those are, it's a UH-1 in front, and then the two behind it are AH-1s, the Marine variants of these. So you have a transport helicopter and two gunships, very powerful systems still used by the Marine Corps today. I, of course, am very fond of these aircraft because my youngest son is a Marine First Lieutenant and is assigned to the 3rd Marine Air Wing in San Diego, where they have these helicopters.
Talk about the capability. How does the U.S. military and the Marines, how do we use these?
So we'll use the transports to transport people around, obviously, and we send that in for rescue and so forth, and guns and rockets can be hung on those as well. But the two back, the gunships, these are designed to take out ground targets. So, you know, fighters come zipping in fast, hit targets and leave. Helicopters are able to hover, stay longer, obviously, and be more selective in the things they do in a closer coordination with the guys on the ground, which is one of the reasons why the Marines love these things. And I've had a chance to see Marine helicopters at work in both 2003 and in 1991. And then the Army version would be, since they used to fly the AH-1, but now they fly the AH-64 Apache helicopter. You can see the long cannon in the nose of that thing, and also carry Hellfire anti-tank guided missiles, and they can defend themselves, and they were used with really good effect in all of our wars over the past 20 years.
I did have sort of an Apocalypse Now kind of moment when you saw them flying against the sunset there. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
But those things can come in pretty low, and it's intimidating. You can look up and just about see the pilot's face and see that gun pointed at you.
Yeah,
I've had that experience, not because I was doing something bad. Just, I was covering a story about preps
who
for
did
the
you
air
work for,
show.
comrade? Yeah,
Preparation for the air show several years ago, and they brought in Apaches at the time, and they flew them in low. They pointed the nose of that thing down at us, and I could see the pilot's face. It's terribly intimidating.
So as we're looking at the nose of that Apache, or not Apache, I'm sorry, the Cobra, he's got rockets on one side, he's got racks for missiles on the other, he's got the cannon up in the front, and they have sensors up in the nose of that system to be able to see at night, you know, and
they're flying
track
right
targets.
over us. Felt like we could wave at them.
One of the unique things about the Marine Corps, of course, is they like to form what they call the Marine Air-to-Ground Task Force, the MAGTAF, and that is the ability to deploy small groups of Marines with all their air support necessary and fire support necessary. Because if you look at Marine history, right, it's to deploy to places like Guadalcanal in World War II where they had to take care of themselves.
Yeah.
And so the Marines still have that type of capability. That's why they enjoy aviation. And helicopters are obviously capable of landing at very austere locations and operating out of austere locations.
Talk about the armor that these helicopters have, because if you're flying close to the ground, you need protection to get those troops out.
There is some armor in it, but helicopters are a bit vulnerable, so that's why, but they're able to do things that fighters can't. So they can hide, they can go down behind tree lines, they can go behind hills, they can hide, and they don't have to run at the target, they can slowly creep up on the target by flying slowly. And it depends on the type of shot philosophy they're going to do. They'll either stay in hovered positions, rise up above the trees, shoot targets, and then go back down, or they can do a running gun type target too, depending on what the threat is.